Hello there, comic lovers, and welcome to another Deviant.fun flash review video. And this time we bring you what we believe to be still the lastly published work from the double creators Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, which you may know. Hope you do. If you don't, hurry up and get to know them, because these guys have been rocking for years now, and they're the best in the business when it comes to pulp crime fiction. So this volume, this is a hardcover, a very nice one, and the story revolves around Ethan Reckless. The name of the book, Reckless, comes from, it's the last name of the main character. Ethan Reckless is a former 60s radical with the scars to prove it. Ethan is one part repo man, one part private eye, and one part wrecking ball. But when a fugitive from his weather underground days reaches out for help, Ethan will have to face the only thing he really fears anymore, his own past. So it takes place in the 80s in Los Angeles. And yeah, let's take a look and see what we've got here. So the story begins, it's not the first time that we've seen this in Brubaker's stories, but it begins with a climax, and just before it finishes, it then skips back and, well, let me tell you what happened before I got into this mess. So he's about to confront a guy with a big machete in a warehouse. He's all dirty in blood. We see dead bodies there, but we don't know what the hell has happened. And will be kept in the dark until the end of the book. So then we get back into the past and see how the story built up. So like usually in Ed Brubaker's book, you see a narrator, lots of narrator boxes, which most of the times, if not every time, it's Reckless talking and thinking, not talking, thinking, thinking about his life, what it was like, what it is now. So is, as usual in this kind of books, is a character that is a bit lost, and that got dragged into a place in life that he didn't actually choose. It fell on his lap. He is not in the place he wants to be. So what he ended up being is a mercenary, a guy that has a phone that some people know of, and they speak to other people, and if they're in trouble they call that number, no questions asked. They just say what happened to them. Maybe someone was kidnapped, someone got stolen some of his money because of a crooked business partner or something like that. And if it involves killing, he'll do it also, because after an event, a traumatizing event he had when he was an activist, he kind of got different. He says in the book that I feel different now, and by feeling different, it mostly comes of not feeling at all. So he lost, I wouldn't say his empathy, but yeah, he doesn't feel things the way he used to. Even when he remembers his past, when he was filled with passion, he says that it's like he's seeing or imagining the life of someone else. He understands the happiness, but he doesn't feel it. He can see that he was in a very special place, in a very special time, but he can't really bring up the emotions to him. So that helps him in the line of job that he has currently. It so happens that a character from his past, a very close character, ends up finding out about him by coincidence, and calls him up to see if it's really him, and it turns up it is. So they meet and they discover each other, rediscover each other. Ethan had a clue, a very strong clue on who she might be, and she was almost certain that it would be him on the other end of the phone. So they end up meeting, and yeah, she's got a problem too, and she wants Ethan to fix it for her. And of course, Ethan had very strong feelings for her, so there's no doubt that he's going to pursue the endeavor that she talks about, and that's related to the end of the book. Of course, the main plot is around what happens to this character of his past, which brings him some unrest. But yeah, he does feel obliged, and he does feel some tenderness towards her still. But then some tragedy occurs, and so he gets even more into the job and finding out what was the problem that the girl had, and he wants to get to the bottom of it, find out who the bad guys are, what they're doing, and take definitive care take care of them definitively, if you understand what I mean. So he ends up messing with real dangerous people, and people from his past, actually, also. That's kind of surprising for him, but yeah, that's what happens. And I don't want to tell you much of the story because I don't want to mess it up, but it's got the FBI within, and the CIA possibly. He himself was an agent somewhere in time, I'm not gonna say when. Yeah, he's got a split personality, and he's a messed up guy. Let's just say it like that. So that's 100% expected and even wanted in this kind of books, right? You want a guy that's messed up in the head to make it more interesting. But yeah, it's just as good as I wanted it to be. I liked it a lot better than Pulp. Pulp was a little bit disappointing. Not that it's a bad book; it's a good book. But this one has more meat. The story is bigger. Pulp is very short, a very short story. And I think I like the dialogues and inner thinking here better than in Pulp, and even the story. So Brubaker still keeps amazing me with the apparent simplicity that he pours out into the book. It seems so easy to write. You almost feel like I could have written this, but no, man. It's the right amount of words, the right sentences in the wording balloons and in the thinking balloons. You never find odd and dull dialogues. The thoughts are deep. The psyche we get into the psyche of Ethan Reckless. Am I saying the name correctly? Ethan? Yeah. Got doubts for a moment. And yeah, then there's this complex situation where he is divided between having to work for money and having to work for free for past love, let's say. Yeah, he's a very troubled man and is put up in a situation that he gets pushed, and when he gets pushed to the corner, yeah, he puts his claws out. So if you haven't understood until now, it's a high recommendation, both for the edition, which is super quality. Even the paper is extra thick and glossy, right amount of brightness. The cover is very soft and very thick and sturdy. To the drawings by Sean Phillips, which I didn't mention because yeah, you can see it for yourself. It's nothing like it isn't surprising that the writing is excellent because it's Brubaker. it is not also surprising that the art looks fantastic, because it's Sean Phillips, and also I think the colorist, yeah, the colors are by Jacob Phillips, which is maybe is a relative to Sean Phillips, I'm not sure, but I think he has colored books for them in the past. Like I've said before, I don't know many names of colorists by heart, just a few of them. I should pay more attention because they're very important in the final process of the book, as we can see from the sketches, then comparing with the actual way the book looks. There's a great amount of work done by these guys, so we need to pay them tribute as well, as much as to the penciler. Yeah, so that's it. Perhaps this was the first time you got to peek into the book, because now you can't go to libraries. So yeah, hope we have provided you with some interesting service here. So you know the drill. If you want to buy this and many other books and pre-order, look for rarities, just message us, email us, whatever, and visit our web shop at Deviant.fun.biz. Follow us at Facebook and Instagram, and of course, if you like this video, please help us. Please help the algorithm to push us up. And please subscribe to the channel, because it will help us a lot. If we reach 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to do lives with our mobile, which has a very good camera, so we could do lives with much better quality, for example. And yeah, we like subscribers. We put out new content very, very regularly. So hit the bell for notifications to know when something new comes up. Okay, that's it. So if you're seeing this the day I'm publishing it, have a very nice weekend, because it's Friday night. Hooray! Happiness, time to read. Okay, until the next video, stay safe, stay well. Deviant Fun out. 3, 2, 1, going.